ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ
ಈ ಪಿಯಾನೋ ಪಟ ಪಟ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹಲೋ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹಲೋ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ
ಗೂಸ್ನೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಇಡು.
ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ
ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾಡು, ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾಡು. ಟು ತ್ರೀ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ 1 2 3 ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಹಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್. ಗೋವಿಂದ ಇದರದ್ದು ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೊಡು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಲೈಟಾಗಿ. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಂತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಚೆಕ್ ಸಾಕು.
Check 1 2 check 1 2 mic check check 1 2 check check. ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಜೋಸು, ನಾರ್ಮಲಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡು.
ಹಲೋ
ಕೇಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಬೈಕ್ ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇಕು ಇದು ಮೈಕ್.
Take some good pics, Jocelyn.
ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಐದು ಫೋನ್ ಕೊಡಿ.
ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ನಿನ್ನ ಫೋನ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಪುಟ?
ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು
साइड डोर मोरा वाला हुआ
A very good morning to one and all present here. Respected dignitaries of the dais, my esteemed colleagues, and my dear student friends. Commemorating the birth centenary celebrations of Sri R. Dayananda Sagar, the founder of Dayananda Sagar institutions, under the aegis of Mahatma Gandhi Vidyapita Trust, who is barrister at law and freedom fighter, who is ably being supported by his wife, Dr. D. Chandrama Sagar, who is a medical doctor by profession and who has created a record by being the first Indian woman to secure triple FRCS London Edinburgh. Now, the institutions are being well nurtured by their two eminent sons, Dr. D. Hemachandra Sagar, Chairman, Dayananda Sagar Institutions, Chancellor, Dayananda Sagar University, and Dr. D. Premachandra Sagar, Vice Chairman and CEO, Dayananda Sagar Institutions, and Pro-Chancellor, Dayananda Sagar University. Today, we all have assembled here on this August centenary month of July, a long-cherished dream of DSC ATM come true after months of planning, engineering, and hard work by the management and core staff for the inauguration of this auditorium, which can rightly be coined as Dayananda Sagar Centenary Memorial Hall. This campus, DSC ATM, the second campus of DSI, started in the year 2011, sprawling over a campus of 10 acres of land, has many laurels to its credit with NAC A+ grade, NBA accreditation, ARIA ranking, Confederation of Indian Institute ranking in platinum, Institute of Innovation Council with 4-star ranking, R-World ranking, OBE ranking, Green Campus Award, and many more titles to its credit. I request our Honorable Principal, Dr. M. Ravi Shankar, to escort the dignitaries onto the dais. One second, sorry, sir.
Seize the day, make your way, live the dream. Seize the time, seize the day, make your way. Live the dream, seize the time, seize the day, make your way. Live the dream. Seize the time, seize the day, make your way. That will always set you with her. Inspire, smile, make them see that life's a beautiful symphony. Joining hands makes your journey easier. Sharing smiles makes you go so easy. Looking out, don't you see your future? Flying halfway, you find me, Joining hands makes your journey easier. Sharing smiles makes you go so easy. Looking out, don't you see your future? Flying halfway, you find me. Yes, I seems to be. Yes, I seems the time, seems the day. Make your way, live the dream. Seize the time, seize the day. Make your way, yes I.
Now I request the principal of the institution, Dr. M. Ravi Shankar, who is the backbone of the event and who is supporting all the programs in all their endeavors in taking the institution to the next level. Invoking God Almighty is the most powerful tool that mankind has. Now I request Ms. Apurva, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Communication Department, to invoke the God for the blessings.
शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरी शारदे 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 शङ्कर सन्नुत श्रीपद्मचरणे शङ्कर सन्नुत श्रीपद्मचरणे सकलकला विशारदे वरदे शङ्कर सन्नुत श्रीपद्मचरणे सकलकला विशारदे वरदे सलन्नताये सामगान प्रिये शृङ्ग शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಸುಪೂಜಿತೆ ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಸುಪೂಜಿತೆ ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಿನಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಜನನಿ ಶೃಂಗಪುರಾಧೀಶ್ವರಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಶುಭಮಂಗಳೇ सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शारदे शारदे
Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, moving from darkness to brightness. Light symbolizes victory over darkness. Light defeats ignorance. It makes the beginning of the auspicious moment. I request the dignitaries to light their lamp. I request all the audience to give standing ovation. Now I request the principal of the institution, Dr. M. Ravishankar, who has mastermind behind all these events, to welcome the dignitaries.
Good morning to the distinguished dignitaries on the stage and off the stage, invitees, staff, and students. A warm and blissful aura was witnessed in the campus with the presence of Honorable Chairman, Vice Chairman, Secretary, and Joint Secretaries of DSI. It's such a privilege for me to be in this mixed August gathering and welcoming you all to the inauguration of new auditorium. On the morning of this 22nd July 2022, along cherished and dream came true. After months of planning, engineering and hard work, the newly constructed auditorium in the campus was blessed and inaugurated. Dayananda Sagar Academy of Technology and Management aims at achieving academic excellence through continuous improvement in all spheres of technical and management education. In pursuit of excellence, cutting edge and contemporary skills are important to the utmost satisfaction of the students and the concerned stakeholders also. This quality policy of DSATM is true because of the management of DSI. We have our beloved chairman, Dr. Hemchand Sagar, who has been instrumental in building and promoting educational institutions and has been taking a leader's role in serving the community by his innovative and forward-thinking vision. On behalf of the institute, it's my privilege to welcome sir for the inaugural of this new auditorium. We can request you to please accept the bouquet. We welcome you, sir. We are honored with the presence of our own Vice Chairman, Dr. D. Premchand Sagar, who has been the inspiration behind the various achievements of Dayananda Sagar Group of Institutions, and a dynamic team leader to lead the institution to greater heights with difference. On behalf of the institute, it's my privilege to welcome you for the inaugural program, sir. We welcome you. I request you to please accept the bouquet, sir. We welcome you, sir. I also welcome the Secretary of MGVP Trust, Sri Gali Swami, who has been our pillar of support for such programs. On behalf of the Institute, it's my privilege to welcome you for the inaugural of new auditorium. We request you to please accept our bouquet, sir. I also welcome the Joint Secretary of MGVP Trust, Ms. Tintisha Sagar, in her absence here. We welcome you, ma'am, for this inauguration of new auditorium. I also welcome the Joint Secretary of MGVP Trust, Sri Rohan Prem Sagar, for this inauguration of new auditorium. On behalf of the Institute, it's my privilege to welcome for this inauguration of new auditorium. We request you to please accept the bouquet, sir. Also welcome the Joint Secretary of MGVP Trust, Ms. Natasha Sagar, for this inauguration of new auditorium. On behalf of the Institute, it's my privilege to welcome you for the inaugural program. We request you to accept the bouquet, ma'am. I also welcome the Joint Secretary of MGVP Trust, Sri Nishant Sagar, in his absence here for this inauguration of new auditorium. I would like to welcome all principals, heads of the department who have come here for this event, and I also welcome all the faculty members and most importantly the students who have gathered here for this inauguration of new auditorium. I welcome one and all. Thank you.
On behalf of the institution, we welcome the Principal, Dr. M. Ravi Shankar. Please accept a bouquet, sir. Today, we have the third generation leaders of this great institution who is vibrant and foreseeing the growth holistically, who is none other than Mr. Rohan Prem Sagar, who has done his bachelor's degree in international business, George Washington University and King's School, Canterbury. Also, he has done his MBA from Columbia University in the city of New York, Executive Education. He has rich skills in his leadership, strategic planning, and project management. And the third generation leader today we have, who is the backbone of all these events, of this new auditorium taking its shape, who is none other than Ms. Natasha Sagar, who is the daughter of Dr. D. Hemachandra Sagar and granddaughter of the founder, Dr. D. Hemachandra Sagar. Mr. Rohan Prem Sagar is the son of our Vice Chairman, Dr. D. Premachandra Sagar. Ms. Natasha Sagar is a graduate with an MBA from IESE Business School, Spain, and is a dual bachelor's degree holder in the field of supply chain management and management from Arizona State University, USA, where she graduated with highest honors. Ms. Sagar went on to pursue her legal education in Karnataka and is a law graduate from Karnataka State Law University. She has a very interesting set of work experiences, ranging from working as an analyst at Goldman Sachs and Bank of America in the US to engaging in strategy and operations consulting projects in Nairobi, Kenya, and Barcelona, Spain. Ms. Sagar also serves in the capacity of Legal General Counsel for several tech startups in the city. At the age of 24, Ms. Sagar co-founded a luxury lifestyle company. The company has thrived ever since, with its most notable achievements being invited to showcase the collection at the New York Fashion Week in 2020 and the Paris Fashion Week in 2021. Ms. Sagar has been featured in British Vogue, Condé Nast Traveler, and the popular MBA blog Poets and Quants for her achievements as an entrepreneur. Ms. Sagar is a former international athlete who has represented India in the Asian Grand Prix, and she has 18 national medals and 2 national records in the field of athletics to her credit. Ms. Sagar now is a joint secretary at Dayananda Sagar Institution, where she works closely with heads of the various business and engineering schools under the DSI umbrella. I heartily welcome you, ma'am, to address the gathering on this occasion.
A very good morning to all of you and a warm welcome to this historic moment. I am truly filled with a lot of joy to be witness to this historic inauguration of this auditorium. At the outset, I want to mention, I have had the privilege of experiencing world-class infrastructure as a student, might I add, in several institutions all over the world, be it Spain, be it UK, the US, even Kenya for that matter. And I must lay it out to you as it is. Our infrastructure on this campus is second to none. We have the best infrastructure that the city has to offer. No doubt about it. But we didn't come here just overnight. We must acknowledge the journey that it has taken from us to come from a 2-classroom campus to a 5-mega campus institution. It is a massive journey, right? And we must be very cognizant of the humble beginnings to where we are today. And when I think about, the infrastructure that we see around us today, I find it almost necessary to point out that everything that we have today is a testament to the vision of our founder. It is a testament to the flawless and brilliant execution of that vision by our honorable chairman and vice chairman. And most importantly, it is a testament to the faith that you, the students and faculty, place in us to deliver a world-class experience as far as education is concerned. I am now very curious to see how the students will utilize this auditorium, which by no means is less than the crown jewel of your infrastructure on this campus. I'm very curious to see how you will use this auditorium to elevate your educational experience here at DSI. I am almost more than excited to see the kind of history that is going to be created within these 4 walls for the next few decades to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, madam, for your motivating and your thought experience for our faculties and students. Now, I request Secretary Shri Gali Swami, who is rightly being called the Bhishma Pitamaha of our Dayananda Sagar institutions, to address the gathering by his rich experience in molding the people of DSI to take the institution to the next level.
Good morning to all of you. Respected Chairman of this institution, Dr. D. M. Sagar, my beloved Vice Chairman, Dr. D. Premchandra Sagar, the Joint Secretaries of these great institutions, the younger generation, Mr. Rohan Prem Sagar, Madam Natasha, the Principal of College of Engineering, Vice Principal, Dean, and distinguished faculty members. It is indeed a great joy today, on the eve of the centenary celebration of my founder, Dayananda Sagar, another 2 days on 24th July 2022. It is more appropriate to inaugurate this great student center activities. And may I request the faculty, the principal, and other staff members to make use of this fantastic student activity center and see that academic activities are to be carried out to take the institution to greater heights. With this, I thank each one of you for this wonderful inauguration.
Thank you, sir. Shri Secretary Ji, we will follow your advice and we'll use this auditorium for all our activities. A quality man with blend of medicine and technology, with skillful execution, inclusivity, and moving towards digital transformation is none other than our honorable, respected Vice Chairman, Dr. D.
Enough of introduction. I don't need to be introduced anymore. Come on. Good morning to all of you. Respected Chairman of Dayananda Sagar Institutions and Chancellor of Dayananda Sagar University, the young brilliant lady, the Joint Secretary who just spoke very eloquently, Ms. Natasha Sagar, the Secretary, Mr. Gariswamy, Mr. Rohan Sagar, the Principal, Dr. Ravi Shankar, faculty members, heads of departments, and Principal of the other school, that's the DSBA, and I guess we have the Dean of the School of Architecture, and my beloved students. Joy it is for all of us because ultimately we got this through. This was on the anvil for a long, long time, I guess, this auditorium which was needed. Well, the journey now is a little over a decade, I guess, since we started this place, right? We've been around for maybe 11 years. And the School of, the Academy of Technology and Management has progressed fairly well. I wouldn't say extraordinarily well. Infrastructure-wise, yes, we did create great infrastructure because we believe that the environment where you are is very, very important for us. So the ecosystem of the premise was very important. So a lot of care has been taken. You know, I have to abide by the direction of my chairman, and my chairman dictates that you need to be in the best. You need to have the best infrastructure around, and so we are in the best infrastructure. But this is not it. What is needed for an academic institution is body and soul. We have the body is remarkably good. You have a purpose-built institution, probably a better version than the primary institution at Campus 1. As we are on, a lot of hard work has happened. The deans have played an important role. The past principal has played an important role. The current principal is also playing an extraordinarily vital role in taking this institution forward. We have already moved fairly well. I wouldn't say very well. I mean, I never say I'm good because you're good for the day, you got to be better for tomorrow. We've done well in terms of our rankings. You are an A+ NAC institution, but you don't figure on NIRF. I'm not very pleased that we are not in NIRF. We are not amongst the top. So what does it take for us, and why do we have to be there? I mean, that's the way forward for us. Well, the most important treasure for all of us in an academic system are our students. We are here for our students, You know, Lord Krishna tells us, you know, what is the purpose of life? I mean, we as educators, we have a purpose. You as faculty, you have a purpose. And what is this purpose for? It is to empower our young students. And now, in this competitive world, you know, the empowerment of the student needs to give results. And what is the result that we are talking of? And why do we, the first question that we ask, why do we need to even come to college in this modern time? Is it because we want to create a valuation for ourselves? The human capital valuation becomes very, very important in today's point, because that gives us a leapfrog, that helps us to leapfrog in our career. So in essence, we need to empower our students with the best, not only with the best exposure to the best technology, the best environment, but also the best pedagogical learnings that they can achieve on campus. So this auditorium will fit the bill for you, because what is important is the perception of the institution is important, because that will help you in terms of your NAC. Your national conferences and international conferences need to happen, because that will help you in NAC, in NIRF, because NIRF has got multiple parameters. You need to fill, you know, all of you are doing a lot of hard work. But hard work is not the answer for us to ultimately engineer a process. You know, hard work needs to be coupled with smart work. It's like exam engineering. What do we do? I mean, just because A or B or C has got the highest marks in university, does that mean that they are the ultimate in terms of knowledge? No. They've engineered a process. So this is how we plan our career. You strategize, you engineer, you position yourself. So what you need to go across is probably move across to see that you figure in NIRF. Because when you have NIRF, then you have the campus interviews, which become much more exciting. You have the big guys who will going to come here to hire our young students. Most of our programs are taught well. I mean, our faculty puts in a lot of effort. They teach very well. You will have a lot of external support that would come in the form of visiting faculty that will come across. This technology, your labs are probably the best in class in the world. I have traversed across 96 countries in this world, and I've seen many, many institutions, and I don't think at Dayananda Sagar we are in any way less, as the young lady remarked. I mean, she's been a student at many parts of the world. She has exposed herself to some of the finest places, and we are as good as them. And the next thing that's going to happen when it comes across Dayananda Sagar University, you will find the most outstanding piece of architecture that's been built in this country. Mark this. You will not find an architecture better built in this country. But then, it's just the body. The soul is the faculty. The faculty will have to now put in a tremendous amount of extra effort. This is a world where we can actually, connect the dots. The pandemic has opened up certain doors. What is the door? It has opened up virtualization. We can probably do. We can connect across the world. We can have conferences across the world. We can interact with faculty across the world. We can bring in the best experience for our young students. Well, the other thing, since we have our students over here, our faculty also who are here, they need to make, you're a part of an education system of Dayananda Sagar. Now, this is one part of it. Dayananda Sagar Academy of Technology and Management is one part of it. You have Campus 1, you have Campus 2, Campus 3, 4, 5, whatever that's going to get on. So you become a part of the system. You will not have all the facilities in one system. For example, if you would want to excel in sports, well, Campus 4 at Harold is not too far. It's a 20-25-minute drive from here. You will probably have at the end of the year some of the most outstanding sporting facilities. You will have a world-class, I mark this, a world-class, which means you have an AstroTurf football pitch, football ground. You have a tennis ground. I mean, when I say tennis, it's cricket with tennis ball. And you have outstanding facilities which will be thrown open. So which means, is that open? Is that only for them? No, it's for everybody in the system of Dayananda Sagar institutions need to take advantage of the facilities that we offer. This Campus 1. So what we need to do is I implore to the principal and the various the other deans and the principal of the other school as well, to utilize the facilities that are available at the DS, at the Dayananda Sagar system. You have 2 incubators. You know, I see a lot of students who are probably from the business school. Now, if you are in business, why do you come to study in a business school? You want to be an entrepreneur. We have 2 outstanding incubators. Derby, which has achieved remarkable accolades, is there at Campus 3. I'm not sure how many of you would want to go to Derby, would want to take advantage of the facilities that the ecosystem within the Dayananda Sagar offers. You have Atal Incubation Center, wherein a lot of effort is, emphasis is given on certain technologies. You have specialized labs for engineering students. You have the Autodesk lab where you can go across. You have a fab lab. You have COEs, for the mechanical engineering students. You have the Bosch lab. You have you have the ETAS lab. It's called as the Innovation Campus. I do not know how many of you would want to go across. Remember, all you young guys, you are in a world which is extremely competitive and extremely disruptive. You don't do well, believe me, you won't do well. You have to have that appetite. The appetite, because you have everything around. You have to, it can't come to you. You have to go to those respective, and it is all within the ecosystem within Dayananda Sagar. It's time for you now to work hard and as well play hard. So I guess, there's been a lot of activities on campus now. There's a lot of activities which is happening. You have a wonderful amphitheater out. You have this auditorium which is now open. So you need to bring in a lot of activities within, not only academic activities, but also a lot of activities which are related to culture, which are related to sports, which are related to music. So this has to be a vibrant place. It has to be full of activities. Your weekends will have to be, fully occupied. So because the journey that one is in an academic institutions is probably the best journey that the young students would have. And I believe, as far as the faculty, remember Lord Krishna. He says, what is the purpose of life? So the purpose of life is essentially to empower your students, and I believe that the faculty would take in an additional effort to see that the careers of students are taken to the highest possible level. So I wish the principal as well as the faculty, the deans, to make the best use of facility. And remember, before I conclude, you have 3 new programs which have come in. I mean, these are programs of newer technology, whether it is cyber security, IoT, or various. This is a tech-based institution. And I would want over here, when we go across to do the next 10 years, I believe, I always, whenever I go to Boston, I walk through MIT. I walk through MIT, I walk through the corridors, I peep through those windows. I maybe, if I talk to one of the faculty over there. And they tell me of the cutting edge of work that they're doing. I mean, maybe we should do the same. And we should start engaging. And today's with technology that is available over there, the faculty, you can engage with faculty across, because they don't have to come. The pandemic has shown us this way. So I would want you to lead, because you would be the chief custodian, you would be the captain of this place. As captain of the place, it's captain of the ship. As you are going to steer the ship, you will have to take your faculty into confidence, empower them to take decisions. At the same time, give them that freedom to participate. Academic freedom is very important. The engagement with students is equally important, and understanding, mapping them. I have suggested to Mr. Guru Venkatesh, who handles placements, to specially train certain students who are strongly motivated for what we call as the super dream offers. I would want our young students who are motivated to be intensively trained. It's just like how we engineer an examination process. You will have to engineer a process which is going to give you that super dream job, either at Amazon or at Apple or any of those things. It's all about how you train and position the students. Well, as far as students who are trailing back, you need to keep a tab on them and then probably pursue them, and that is what mentorship is about. When we say that we have mentors, faculty mentoring, so it's essentially we need to track. But I will also want to tell you across, the faculty, we are gradually getting the ERP system, so which means, we are going to track every mentor. We are going to track every mentor. A lot of investment is being poured into the IT technologies within DSI. Maybe in the next year or two, it's being piloted now. We will probably start mapping every student and every faculty, because we want our students to do well. So we would want to empower them. We will support you with whatever you want, but at the end point is we would want our students to succeed, to get those dream jobs and to create great careers for themselves, which in turn is going to help us, because the flag of DSI will fly high. The accolades will accrue to all those who are a part of the DSI system. So with these words, I would, as we inaugurate this, as we have had the privilege to have inaugurated this facility, make the best use of it, have a lot of activities in place, both academic, cultural, and various other activities which will make the best use of it. And also, as I said, in the next few months, you will have great facilities for sports. Make use of that, and you have a brilliant young lady who's been a national champion. I mean, it was not mentioned. I think she broke all records, and I think the only mistake that you did was going to the United States. If you had stayed on into India, maybe you could have got gold for this country. Anyway, in the seniors. She was a brilliant. Go back to the pages over there. I mean, at every athletic event, she was scoring. She's been an outstanding athlete. I wish you all the best. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivating words. We'll optimally utilize the ecosystem you have provided and in re-engineering the institution to figure out in NIRF. Now, I would heartily welcome the chairman of the institution, Dr. D. Hemachandra Sagar, who has a passion for public service. I request your humane words of wisdom.
Good morning, everybody. I have on the stage my dear brother, Dr. D. Premachandra Sagar, the Pro-Chancellor of Dayananda Sagar University and the Vice Chairman of Dayananda Sagar Institutions, Mr. Gali Swami, the Secretary of MGUP Trust and Secretary of the institutions, Mr. Rohan Sagar, Joint Secretary and Trustee of MGUP Trust, Natasha Sagar, Joint Secretary of MGUP Trust, and your dear Principal, Dr. Ravi Shankar, staff and students, and invitees and guests. I really do not know what to speak to you, but I've got something to say. This is one of the magnificent campuses which you are there. And a lot of hard work and dedication has taken place by a number of people who have worked, who has made this campus great. But my only request is, how are you going to utilize it? It is like food in the plate. If you don't know eat, if you do not know how to eat, you will die out of hunger. But if you know how to eat, you will survive. But you should also know what to eat. Then you will remain healthy. But the most important thing, as very clearly told by Dr. Premchandra Sagar, is the best and the best and the best is given. Next to the best is always worst and worst and worst. It is just like putting the light and offing the light. You put on the light, you see the best. You put off the light, and the same place you see the worst. It looks at how you are dedicated in your work. The professors do their work. The students also must do their work. Otherwise, it's one-way traffic, and it never happens. In education, it is a two-way traffic. The student and the teacher, the taught, must react and interact. There's nothing wrong in questioning the teachers. If they don't know, there's a great teacher, Mr. Google, today available. And he takes care of certain doubts which anybody can have. Looking at the entire global phenomenon, everything is on your phones today. If you have a doubt, clarify. Clarify with anybody across the world. That's what I mean to say. The knowledge is in your palm. But what you learn in an institution is life, behavior, understanding, knowing each other. This is what is called the fundamentals of life. If these things are not there, any amount of technology is of no use. It will be used for destructive purposes. One must understand the entire criteria of mankind is to help each other grow. If you don't, there's a degrowth in yourself. See, if you need all kinds of good things, you must be good to all. Thank you once again.
Thank you, respected sir. We will imbibe all your words and implement here to take the institution to the next level. Now, I request Dr. Sumitra Devi, Dean Academics, Professor and Head Information Science Engineering, to give the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, HODs, Principal DHBA, colleagues and my dear students. Good morning to all of you. It's my pleasure presenting a vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of inauguration of a new seminar hall, 22nd July 2022. Today, we have with us our management representatives. On behalf of the staffs and the students of DSATM, I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks to Dr. D. Hemchandra Sagar, the Chairman DSI, the Chancellor of Dayananda Sagar University. Thank you so much, sir. And on behalf of all our students and the staff members, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Dr. D. Premchandra Sagar, the Vice Chairman, DSI, and Pro-Chancellor of DSU. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to convey our affectionate thanks on behalf of all of us to our Bhishma Pitamaha, Secretary, Shri Gali Swami, sir, DSI institution. Thank you so much, sir. And we have with us the young representatives of the management. I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks to Ms. Natasha Sagar, Joint Secretary of DSI, who she has been supporting us in taking so many things forward on this campus. Thank you so much, ma'am. And We have with us another young representative of the management, Mr. Rohan Sagar, the Joint Secretary of Dayananda Sagar Institution. Sir, thank you so much for gracing the occasion. I would like to convey our, again, the thanks for Mrs. Tintisha Sagar and Nishan Sagar, the Joint Secretaries of DSI, in their absence here. Thank you so much for them. And I would like to finally thank our principal, who is the backbone behind all our activities, who has joined us just last year. And sir, thank you so much for your wonderful support and thinking which you are providing us now currently. And not but the least, I would like to thank all the HODs and the staffs of this campus and the students. And finally, the facility management team on this campus who have made this to happen. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.
We have come to the end of this great event on this 22nd July 2022. I request all of you for the standing ovation for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय